Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. Guys, I've got some very interesting news to share with you all. We're going to talk about Jay Clayton and William Hinman because there's now a petition out to have an investigation done on them regarding their conflicts of interest, because we know their ties to companies they're at now with which are invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And of course, we know that how Jay Clayton handled the SEC lawsuit against Ripple. It was very shady. It was on his last days out, and we've been waiting for regulatory clarity forever from the SEC. So, of course, we've talked about this before. It's been very fishy. And also, a New York Times writer is also talking about that, about the potential conflicts of interest. So this is getting mass exposure. I'm going to break it down and what that means for obviously Ripple and XRP and the rest of the crypto market. In addition, Nebraska has rolled out some crypto-friendly laws. We are seeing states across the United States are jumping in, and we have a bunch of Bitcoin adoption news as far as companies putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet and accepting it as payment. And Bitcoin is usually the doorway, of course, and then after that, though, usually companies add other cryptos. So we're going to break it all down. Before we do, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, friendly reminder, I have a free weekly newsletter, all crypto insights and knowledge. Be sure to sign up, link in the description. The crypto market, not much happening here. We're still moving sideways now, with the exception of Ethereum. Look at it, $4,142. Guys, if you're holding Ethereum, congratulations. I'm so happy I diversified and bought some Ethereum. Dogecoin just at 50 cents, XRP $1.46, Cardano looking good at $1.75. So we're still waiting for that breakout upwards. As I mentioned in videos prior to this one, Bitcoin is a spring that's being coiled, and it's going to blast off soon. These alts are having their fun right now. Bitcoin's going to pump once again, then the alts will follow. We've seen this cycle before. So here it is, guys. Crypto law, which is, of course, owned by attorney John Deaton, who I've interviewed on my channel to talk about the situation with regards to the XRP lawsuit from the SEC. Well, here they have the following. Breaking: the petition by Crypto and Policy for an investigation of Jay Clayton and William Hinman for conflicts of interest during their terms at the SEC will be submitted to Gary Gensler on Friday, May 14th. So this week, guys. Last chance to sign. And here you'll see the respective petitions. So if I've signed up. If you want to sign up, I'll put a link in the description, guys, because I do believe there was some conflicts of interest. I even asked Brad Garlinghouse that in my interview with him 2 weeks ago. And I think where there's smoke, there's fire. The way this was handled, the SEC had 7-8 years to approach Ripple about this. Jay Clayton, on his way out, does this just BS lowball enforcement action, and then he's gone, and he just leaves the SEC in a mess, and all his cronies are gone as well, and they go to work for firms that are invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I know many of you are going to say, well, dude, you're an XRP holder. Of course, you're you're up in arms about this. Yes, that is part of it. But the other part is I hold other cryptos. And as I've stated before, the SEC will use whatever determination they get from this Ripple lawsuit against VeChain and Chainlink and Cardano and the others that I hold. So I want the crypto market entirely to have the full regulations, so all projects are on an equal level playing field here, and the best will win, right? The ones that actually solve a problem will win. So this is great news if you're an XRP holder, and let's see where it goes. But the other aspect, and I shared this article yesterday in the video, where New York Times investigative reporter Eric Lipton, he talked about the Ripple situation and that companies are now looking to bring, advocates and regulators and former regulators. Like, for example, Ripple is bringing in Mary Jo White. BlockFi just brought on Chris Giancarlo, former CFTC chair. And he highlighted the Ripple lawsuit and how crazy that is. But check this out. He followed up that tweet by saying this. As another example, just departed chairman of the Securities Exchange Commission. Where does he go? after kicking off enforcement action versus Ripple to One River, a company that is a major investor in Bitcoin, a Ripple competitor. And Clayton joins who else at One River? John Orzag and Kevin Hassett. So this guy clearly sees what, if you have half a brain, you can clearly see that something is not right here, right? This is not some conspiracy theory. It's pretty clear the course of actions here. And then he also mentioned, you want to see more examples? Who is Ripple's lawyer defending it against the SEC charges? The former chairwoman of the SEC, Mary Jo White. She's working alongside SEC Enforcement Chief Andrew J. Searsney, if I'm saying that right, in defending Ripple. SEC website still lists him in the job. Man, the SEC, with the exception of Hester Peirce, I don't know what the hell is going on at the SEC. And maybe this is just, how we see sometimes things get so stagnant and outdated and they're stuck in the ways, government that is, and federal agencies. This could be it. This could be it. Or it's just they are suffering from just some conflicts of interest, possible corruption. I don't know. But clearly an investigative reporter notices where there's smoke, there's fire. What the hell? Something weird is happening here, right? So let's see where this petition goes, guys. And, what will Gary Gensler do? I don't know. I think he may try to save face here because this makes the SEC look so bad. And once again, it's not Cointelegraph or CoinDesk talking about it. It's the New York Times. We see Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO, is going on CNN, Fox Business. We see a lot of different folks are covering this on mainstream media. So it's getting a lot of exposure. And I don't know what's going to happen with Jay Clayton and William Hinman. Sometimes these people might get off even though they did something blatantly wrong. I don't know if they'll get a fine. I don't think they'll see any jail time. But I know some people are like, lock them up and all that. But unfortunately, the corruption or the sometimes the bad things are being done. If one part of the government tries to put some of these people who once worked for the government in jail or something, they risk being exposed because Jay Clayton may know a lot of things about what the SEC did, and he can further, you know what I mean, right, guys? It's kind of like the mob when you could become a rat if you want, but then you never know that you're gonna get put a hit after you. So it's interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but nevertheless, this is interesting, and I like that this petition is happening, guys. I like that this petition is happening. So we'll see how things play out. And here's just a headline, guys, from William Hinman, giving the clarity on Ether, saying it's not a security, and then he leaves the agency, and then he goes to work with a company that's invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So really, really shady stuff. Now, moving ahead, Nebraska bill allowing banks to offer crypto services moves forward. Guys, this is so bullish because we've been talking about it. Game theory. Once Wyoming did that, I mentioned you're going to see other states are going to start doing this. They're going to open up their doors and provide crypto-friendly regulations. So Nebraska senators have favored a measure that would allow state banks to facilitate crypto transactions like those in Wyoming. State senators, let me back up here, introduced by Republican Mike Flood in January, legislature bill 649 aims to adopt the Nebraska Financial Innovation Act and create digital asset depository institutions, as well as provide for charter, operation, supervision, and regulation of such institutions. The initiative would reportedly make Nebraska the second state in the United States to set up a formal charter for cryptocurrency-powered banks, allowing them to facilitate crypto transactions. Wyoming was the first state to do so, chartering its first crypto bank in September 2020. Guys, I think we see what's happening here, and other states are going to follow suit. No one wants to get left behind. This is the new asset class. There are jobs and tax revenues and local economy boosting revenue that's going to take place here. So those states that really open up to crypto will do well. And I think, with the way things are becoming more decentralized and internet-based, and the pandemic kind of fast-tracked that. It doesn't matter that it's Wyoming or Nebraska where companies never wanted to go before. They'll go now, right? or even just positioning themselves there, and their people are working remote in different places. So these states see the writing on the wall, and there's an opportunity here, and I don't blame them. And you guys know I will be interviewing this week the mayor of Jackson, Tennessee, and we're going to talk about his plans for crypto. And you guys have seen my interview with the mayor of Miami, as well as the commissioner of Miami-Dade County, where they are pushing to make Miami crypto friendly, guys. It's happening slowly but surely. Now, here's some bullish news. We continue to see companies putting crypto on their balance sheet. So broker group to invest almost $50 million in DeFi, dApp startups. The publicly listed company said it already holds Bitcoin. So they're looking to double down here. And a broker will invest in more than 50 high growth companies, including Binance, Uniswap, and Filecoin, according to an email statement Tuesday. The company plans for digital assets, DeFi, and dApps to make up around 50% of the total assets. Varik Bulakul, head of Broker's Digital Asset Division and International Business Finance Advisory, said there is a responsibility to invest emerging technologies or risk being left behind as the sector matures. Let me read that again, because this is a item I talk about all the time. And this is a guy who heads up a company here, and a division in a company of a publicly traded company. He said, there is a responsibility to invest emerging technologies or risk being left behind as the sector matures. What do I always say as far as an analogy? If these companies, these states, whatever it is, don't get on board and innovate, they will become the Blockbusters of the world. Where the internet came, Blockbuster did not innovate, Blockbuster did not adapt to the situation, and they went out of business, bankrupt, boom, done, gone, right? And then Netflix rose to the full market share there, and taking advantage of the trend and the emerging technology. So the company also holds Bitcoin, reporting first quarter holdings of 122.315 Bitcoin at an aggregate value of around $6.6 million. So we will see more of this, guys. Companies putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and they are looking to make investments in crypto. So this, like I said, there's going to be more to come. And MicroStrategy put up the green flag, and then Tesla put up the bigger green flag and green light for corporations to do that. And an example of it, and I'll pull it up here for you guys, Mark Zuckerberg tweeted something very interesting yesterday, where he showed a photo of two goats. I know this may sound weird. Two goats, and he says, my goats, Max and Bitcoin. And he posted this on Facebook, of course. Now, you remember my video from just a week and a half ago, I think it was, where there's a rumor that Facebook may have bought Bitcoin, and they probably have it on their balance sheet. And here's that video from 2 weeks ago, right? We saw Michael Saylor said that Facebook, Apple, Google's, some of those companies are coming soon, and I think so. I think once again, Tesla put up the green flag, and I think a lot of these companies are going to do it. Which is going to come next? It's hard to tell, and they've got a lot of cash, so they want to preserve that wealth and grow it, of course. And you put it in Bitcoin, and you start seeing growth, and of course other cryptos, guys. Now, Peter Thiel, billionaire, former PayPal guy. For one of the first investor in Facebook, and a big time Bitcoin bull. Well, Planter, if I'm saying that right, now accepts Bitcoin payments, thinking about treasury investment. So this is a company owned or invested in by Peter Thiel. In a Tuesday earnings call, CFO Dave Glazer said Bitcoin on the balance sheet is definitely on the table. See what I'm talking about, guys? It's happening. It is happening. So whether you love or hate Bitcoin, or whatever, I don't care, man. I hold Bitcoin. I'm here to make money. Obviously, my number one is XRP. My number two is Ethereum, which is doing great right now. My number three is Bitcoin, and then I have VeChain, Cardano, and so forth. So the publicly traded software company has begun accepting crypto as a form of payment. He said, additionally, investing in Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset is definitely on the table. Oh yeah, better get on board because inflation's coming at us really hard. So another update here, Peter Thiel, Mike Novograd's backed $10 billion funding for Block.one's new crypto exchange subsidiary. Now, I love sharing this news with you guys because it shows that these people are anticipating massive growth. They're putting huge amounts of money. Look at this, $10 billion funding, guys. I mean, why would they throw their money at something that some people are calling a fad and it's a bubble, it's going to go away? It ain't going away. The genie's out the bottle. Every market goes through a bubble. Real estate, stock market, whatever. That's not the point. Look at the dot-com boom in 2000. It was in a bubble. But did that mean the fundamentals, the underlying technology, the asset class of tech stocks was dead? Was it a fad? No. Only an idiot would say that, right? And it crashed. And guess what? The building still kept going on, and the adoption of Googles and Amazons and eBays and Netflix and Facebooks and so on and so forth. And look where we're at now, right? The FANG stocks are the most top performing. So same thing here. Yes, this bull market is going to go to a bubble phase. Of course, every market does. It will crash back to a bear market. Does that mean that it's done? It's going away? No, it's going to continue to grow over time. You have to have a macro level view. So don't listen to the headlines or just say, bubble. Oh, no, bubble. There's a bubble's going to pop. Yeah, if you understand market cycles, you don't care about that headline because you know when the bubble's happening, when the bull market bubble, and then the bear market, right? I hope you guys get that because that's how the traditional media plays on people's emotions. And we've talked about it where a lot of these guys who are shorting, they'll go on CNBC, put out a narrative and say, oh yeah, this is bad. It's in a bubble, blah, 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 because they want to put selling pressure because they are shorting. And I hope your eyes, when my eyes were opened up to that, and I stopped listening to what the hell they're saying on fast money. I make sure I back it up with data and I look at the trends and the charts myself, not taking what they say verbatim. So the new arm, Bullish Global, that's a name right there, will be focused on the launch of a cryptocurrency exchange later this year. Guys, you're going to see cryptocurrency exchanges popping up everywhere, investments, acquisitions, mergers. This is all bullish news. Now, check this out. Not just states in the United States that are trying to attract crypto and companies, investors. Hungary, the country, plans Bitcoin tax cut as part of economic recovery program. Lawmakers are reportedly planning to cut taxes on Bitcoin gains in half, possibly as early as 2022. Smart move on their part, because you're going to see a lot of people making money and people don't want to pay ridiculous taxes. And I, of course, hate the Biden capital gains. I personally think, let me back up. I personally think capital gains tax is highway robbery by the government. You take your already pre-tax money and then, your already taxed money, not pre-tax, but already taxed money, and you then put it into an investment. You get to handle all the risks. The government doesn't have to do anything with the risks. You make money and then they take a big cut. Come on. Look, I'm not anti-tax. I understand the idea behind tax and to pave the roads and for my local schools and so on and so forth. I get that. But come on, man, capital gains tax, that's a ripoff. That's highway robbery. I don't know, man. I hate capital gains tax so much. So I'm ranting right now. Anyway, finally, guys, Elon Musk continues to pump Doge. He asked Twitter whether Tesla should accept Dogecoin for cars. And of course, he put out a poll and a majority of people said yes. And, we saw SpaceX, they're accepting Dogecoin as payment. I don't know what Elon is doing here with Doge, because he holds Bitcoin. We know that for sure. Tesla has Bitcoin on his balance sheet, not Doge. So, I don't know if he's trying to pump Doge as a way for the common man to make money off of crypto or something. I don't know. But we'll see where this goes. I honestly don't know where this is going with him. I don't hold any Dogecoin, and I'll let you guys know if I do invest in it, but it's too risky for me. I would rather put my stuff in things that I know have a solid use case and utility and have developers behind them and all that, right? So we'll see what happens. But nevertheless, I do want to keep an eye on this because it gets the crypto market visibility. And look, I'm one person that could easily say, hey, I was wrong about something. I don't have a problem with that. So if Dogecoin gets solid developers and they cap the supply and they put a burn rate and I don't know, whatever else that would put, really good guardrails in place to make it a legit crypto, I would be the one to say, you know what, guys, this looks good. I'm taking a position or something. Right now, I'm not doing that. But it is, you do kind of get a little bit of FOMO because Elon is pumping it. He has so much influence. But I just worry that it's not going to end well. And we'll see what happens. I could be wrong. I do know like guys like Barry Silbert have publicly start saying they're going to start shorting the hell out of Dogecoin. So we'll see what happens. So guys, what do you think about this news? I know some of you are like, send Jay Clayton and William Hinman to jail, but I don't think that would happen. Maybe they get a fine and they get the public scrutiny, and because we live in the times of the internet, this information's online and they get bad PR. But we'll see what happens. I'm hoping Gary Gensler, with all this bad PR with Hinman and Jay Clayton, he can do something to fix this whole problem and make it work for Ripple and everybody else moving forward, the entire crypto market. So guys, leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.